So stocks versus private lending, which one is better for you as a passive investor? Again, I'm sharing about a lot of private lending in this channel. So let's focus about stocks. And I want to show you my private personal experience of why I like it and why I didn't like it. So first, I want to share the good stuff about stocks. So stocks is, if you're inside stocks, and I'm just talking about in growth stocks, so that's great. It's really passive. You're investing your money and then you can do whatever you want. That's awesome.
Gotta have it.
That's really, truly a passive investment. Okay, that's very good. The next thing, it's convenient, right? You can just click on the button in your investment account and you're buying your stocks. That's very easy, okay? Then the next thing, what's great about stocks, so when the market is good, so let's assume, when I'm just saying stock, it's not indexes, okay? You're picking some stocks. And what's great about stocks, even though your specific stock is not that good, if the market is going up, your stock's gonna go up because of the trend of the market. So that's great. So you have some side benefits, right? If you even make the wrong decision, but it took pick it on the right time, you're enjoying the benefits. So that's awesome. Now I just want to share with you some few things. I used to do some stocks maybe 10 or 15 years ago. It was maybe in the 2010, 28, 9. And I want to share with you my really bad experience with stocks. So first, stocks, again, there's something, there's a theme going along this channel, okay, it's control. So my problem with stocks is I have zero control of what's going to happen with these stocks. So the first one, right, there is political risk. There are so many things happening every day. It affects the stock market. Doesn't matter if the company is a great company, but there is bad news, the stock going to go down. Of course, you need to think about long-term, all this kind of stuff. But the external forces of the economy going to push your stock down the road. The next thing, what's going to happen if there are some negative news in the industry of the stock? So what's going to happen to your stock? People are going to start to sell some other products in the space, and that's going to affect your stock price. And that's not a good thing. What about politics? What about interest rate? What about sentiment? What about all these indexes affecting the stock market? Currencies, okay, wars. That's crazy, and it's really out of your control. The next thing is the company itself. Maybe they have a brilliant CEO, maybe they have a brilliant founder, which is great. What's going to happen if they're changing management? If they are letting go of someone? If there was some corruption in the company? But it's because one person, right? So how does that affect the stock price? What's going to happen if they have every quarter, they have these financial reports, the earning reports, right? And the reports are not as expected. What's going to happen to the stock? Okay? So And also what's going to happen, some political issues going to affect the company, that's going to affect the stock price. So you can't go to the board of director meeting and say, listen guys, I invest 50,000 in your company and I just want to show with you what's the best thing to do. Unfortunately, you can do it. Okay, and so that's one. Next thing is very hard. So I have an MBA, okay, and there was one course about accounting. I really like this course, and I tried to see how can I be a value investor like Warren Buffett. And I signed up to Morningstar, right? I did all these things, and also I did it together with a friend. We read all the books, the Warren Buffett books and the Charlie Munger, right? And we went deep into this financial reports and all these indexes and all these CPIs and KPIs and all this kind of stuff. How can you predict if the price of the stock is going to go up, underperform, all this kind of stuff?
Do your research.
And what I found, again, from personal experience, it doesn't matter. It's very hard to predict this kind of stuff. It's very hard. First, it's very hard to understand those kind of reports. I didn't. I need to understand the product. I need to understand what's the problem of the company. It's like Warren Buffett when he's buying a company. He's not buying stock. He's buying a company. He needs to understand what's going on in this industry, right? So was very hard. But unfortunately, what I found, most of the people, how they're going to get their stock in alerts, so how they're going to choose stocks, they just read in one article in the news, or maybe a colleague in the work, told them about, you should go get this stock. And that's it. They don't check anything. So what do you think is going to happen to those people? Again, when the market goes up, that's good, okay? But what's going to happen with the market is not going up, okay?
No, God!
And again, some people are going to this exotic stuff. They are looking for some approval from the FDA, or they are going into IPOs, all this kind of stuff, right? So you're actually speculating. So that's not even investing, that's speculating, right? And also the thing is I don't like in stocks. So again, there's some dividend stocks. I don't want to discuss about them now, but stocks you don't have any cash flow. So even though you may experience some growth in your stock portfolio where the market is going up, but you cannot enjoy it, because what I find, people, they don't want to realize the gains. Of course, you need to pay taxes, right? Because so how are you going to live? How are you going to enjoy these benefits? So let's assume you are going to retirement, okay, and you got some nice portfolio from the stock market. But now you're afraid to liquidate those assets. At first, you don't know how to create cash flow from that because you're a stock guy, right? And dividends, they offer very little yield, like 2 or 3%. And the stock price can go up and down. So it's nice when it's going to give you some yield, but the stock's going to go up and down in value. So it's going to affect your principal. So that's something, even another thing, it's very dangerous. And also the main thing why I don't like stocks, because sometimes you are driven by your emotions, by your spouse emotions, by your environment emotions when the market is going down. Because when the market is going down, you don't think clearly, right? Even though you're going to say, I'm here for the long term. And some people may need their money now, or may need their money in 6 months, or may need their money in 12 months or 18 years. But you don't have any certainty that if you pick a specific stock, if it's going to go up again, you have no idea. You hope, but you have no idea if that's going to happen or not. And the last thing, and that's very important thing, it's about timing, right? It's impossible to time the market, okay? If you're looking back on all those charts, you say, if I'm going to go enter the market here and exit the market there, I can get those type of returns. But it's impossible to do it. And even try to do, if you're going to go and try to do it from now, it's impossible to do. There's so many things that create doubt in your mind if you want to enter this investment or not. So I don't think it's possible to time the market.
I just don't think we could do it.
Maybe the hedge funds and all that, they have maybe, special algorithm AI. They can try to understand how it's working, but what's the chance you're going to do it? So that's my problem with the stock market. And again, I'm talking about in this video about specific stocks. So again, if you're able to pick the Amazon, the Apple, the Microsoft in the right time, that's great. The Nvidia, that's awesome. I'm not saying don't do it. But in my opinion, that should be a small portion of your portfolio, small portion of your money. Maybe put 10 or 20% of your entire account on those type of things. But again, you're not going to get any cash flow from that. And you may lose some of your principal. And maybe if it's going to go down, you have no guarantee that you're going to be able to say, I'm going to stay in the market because I know it's going to go up, because you don't. Okay. Again, if you want to learn about private lending and how this can be something that exactly the opposite of what's going on in the stock market, something going to provide you cash flow, repeatable, consistent returns, more than the stock market, that you have a high security for your principal, click on the link below. Passive retirement account, and I'm going to see over there. There is a very short video. I'm going to explain to you how does it work, or you just also keep following us on this channel. Bye-bye.